Mm.
Okay, well, welcome to this IEA MSDTC seminar. Today, it is our honor to have Dr. Archie Lee to give us a presentation regarding to the musculoskeletal disorders in high-risk occupations in Asia. So this webinar is hosted by MSDTC, and this year, me and Irvin, we are hosting this webinar. I am Juju from North Carolina State University, and Dr. Irvin Speckel, he is associated with Arbo Wune and Freedom Universities in Amsterdam. So for today, we are honored to have Dr. Lee to give us a presentation. Dr. Lee, he is from University of he's from National Taipei University of Technology, Department of Industrial Engineering, and originally he received his PhD degree in Industrial Engineering and Engineering Management within National Taiwan Tsinghua University in Taiwan, and also he was a research fellow in Nanyang Technology University previously before he joined the National Taipei University of Technology. Okay, so it is all yours, Dr. Lee. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to understand, to learn your research. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Shishi. It's my great honor to here sharing my research and my work recently with you. And hello, everyone. My name is Yuqi Li. You can call me Archie. I'm working in the National Taipei University of Technology. And let me go down. Okay. So this is today's agenda. I previously prepared the very short to let you know me more. I think this is a very good opportunity to have introduce myself to you and come up with the MSDS study on the preceding workers, construction workers, and mail waivers, and also some study I did before. And I also will show you some my ongoing project and other research sharing. At the beginning, I want to start from a story, and I guess everybody loves story. So in my career, I have studied and worked in 5 different countries. I will tell you why later. But when I go to when I conduct on one study is related to the preceding worker as shown in this picture. And as you can see that, you can see the painter is the neck is bending in a while. And I just curious and I walk into him and say that, hey, did you have any pain in your bodies? He said that, of course, I have a neck pain, but pain was a part of a craft. And he just replied me like that. And it's very shock for me. And later, I have experience to study the semiconductor worker, the MSD problem with them. And as you know, like the semiconductor factory is kind of a unique environment. They have a very high friction of floor, and they need to wear the suits like that. And actually, their boots, their shoes, the boots footwear is not designed well. So briefly, commonly to say that those kind of worker has foot pains, as I know that very well. And so I come to the worker and I say that, did you have a foot pain? He said, of course. Who doesn't have a foot pain here? He said it's very normally. So another thing is, I mean, older adult in Thailand, and we are study the weight waiver things there, and as you can see that the waiver, the old people is sitting on the floor and has a crossing leg, and he told me that the hands and the back hurt every day, but this is our life. So I met 3 workers. They have in the 3 countries and the 3 completely different industry, but the same muscle skeleton story is happen. They are suffer in the muscle skeleton pain every day, in every industry. So I think work-related muscle skeleton disorders are not just an occupational issues. They are human issues shaped by the culture, economics, and work design, even the workplace design. So that's why I start to pay some attention on the muscle skeleton disorder studies, and that's the background that I really focus on these things. And now I would like to go back a little bit to introduce myself to you. Again, I'm Yuchili. You can call me Archie. It's easy to remember. And right now, I'm an assistant professor at NTUT, and under the industrial engineering and management right now. And in previous, I was searching in another university. We call it Ministry University of Technology, and I'm a graduate from the Tsinghua University in 2015. And when I graduated, I have a chance to be a research fellow at National Nanyang Technology University in Singapore for the 2 years. And also, when I finish the job, I will become the associate professor at the South China University of Technology, Department of Industrial Design, for the 4 years. And then later, I go back to Taiwan. So this is why I say in the beginning that I have in my career I already served in a lot of different countries, but this is also the reasons that I can meet a lot of different people and investigate the different occupational in different countries. And my research interest is mainly related to the physical ergonomics and optometry and footwear design, occupational health, and something you can see in here. And as I told you, I also have a global experience pretty much. I was a visiting scholar in Japan in the AIST. It's kind of a very nice research center there. And also have experience in Singapore and mainland China, and also the US, United States. But in these two is kind of a training program in teaching. And also recently I have a collaboration joint research program with India. So I'm kind of open mind to have a collaboration with international partners. So if you are interested, of course, you can feel free to contact with me. Hey, sorry. Yeah, and now I have I just graduated about like 7 years and 8 years. Right now I have a kind of 51 SCI papers, and this is kind of a table I show you. And also I got some patents related to US patents, Australia patents, and Taiwan and China, and also some award like a best paper award during the Sun conference, and also I get a outstanding young researcher award by the EST represent to the Ergonomic Society of Taiwan in this year. So actually I'm not already young, but I still can have a qualify to this one. So I'm really glad to that. And as I mentioned before, I work in the industrial design department, so I also get some design award like a radar European product design award. So that's my background. As we do the ergonomics study, we need to know the target people. So that's why I introduce myself to you. And as you know, I'm kind of a wanderer. That means I travel a lot. My journey across Taiwan, China, Singapore, Japan, and US. And those kind of experience told me that while working changed across the culture. So works is everywhere, face similar challenges, but under a very different conditions. What the means is the condition is like although we are all handcraft workers, but we might using the different tools, and maybe we are under the different automation level, and also we have some habits to finish our work. So this also affect to the different discomfort of our bodies. So different cultures have different tools and different work rhythms. So yeah, but we are the same human body. That's why we are focused on the MSD problem. And so the first topic, the research I finished, I want to share with you is this one. We are focused on the Brazilian workers, and this already published in 2022. This is a background. I will very briefly to introduce a little bit. I know you guys are the experts related to economics field. So hand, handcraft industry is low automations, highly manual engagement, and has a repetitive work posture, and sometimes have a long static posture, prolonged standing or prolonged sitting. So the WMSDs problem are globally significant. It causes 1.71 billion effect to workers globally. So that's why I conduct this a study. But actually, the true reason is one of my students in China, they is born on the Jindezhen. The Jindezhen is a very Brazilian home countries in China. So they produce a lot of very nice, very good Brazilians. So as we can see that the previous study also focus on this kind of industry, but you can see that it's kind of outdated. The data is already a little bit outdated, and also the number of the samples is kind of low. So that's why I want to investigate again and do something deeper. So the study objective of this research is we are investigating the 12 months WMSDs prevalence and compare the symptoms by the workstations. In the previous study, they just like a whole picture. They look at the whole populations, but they didn't separate the samples into the different workstations. So this is one of my point in this study. And the third is identify the individuals and work-related associated factor to affect the WMS problem. And also in the end, I evaluate partial risk viral robot, IEBA the rules to know the partial risk levels of each samples. So basically, as I mentioned, this study collect the data from the Jindezhen in 2021, and this is a very famous Brazilian city there. And in the end, we are collected 349 manual Brazilian workers questionnaire. And we divide into the 5 major workstations. The main is shaping in the left-hand side, and also the trimming, and also glazing and painting and burning. So this is the 5 major workstation in the precision industrial. Yeah, when we are talking about a mistake problem, of course, we will use a MAQ questionnaire to collect, and it's separated into the 4 parts. The first part is the basic data, and the second part is like more related to the work characteristic, like how long you work, did you have rest time, and how to work, or which workstation you belong to. So and the third part is about the really mainly the MNQ questionnaire. We are asking the different body part from the neck, shoulder, hip, and even the foot. And we are divided into different body part and ask the participant, do you suffer any discomfort in this part, this body part? If yes, and what's the frequency? What's the symptoms you have, something like that. And we also collect the data in 32 samples. Is about like 10% of our whole samples, and we do the IEA analysis according to these 32 samples to know that really how high the posture risk level the precision works has. So the results about this studies, the participant characteristic is 77% is male, because the precision industry, I think, is a kind of heavy job. So mainly the female are focused on the painting stations. So majority of the gender is male. And the mean age is around 36.1 years old. And the average work experience in our study is 14 years. That means it's quite long, and they are expert doing these kind of things. And the daily working hours is 9.2 hours. This kind of unexpected is have it's easy the 8 hours, but that means they are every day they work very hard. And the prolonged sitting is a kind of a problem. They have a 40.7%. They are report that they have a prolonged sitting problems. So this is a whole tables according to the any regions and body regions. So in total is about 70 people they represent. Now I have experience suffer to the MNC's problem. And next is as we can see that if we don't care about the workstation in total, the mainly problem is happen in the neck. They are about 0.5%. The participants say that I have suffered neck pain during the past 12 months. And another is low back pain. It has a 43.8%. And next one is shoulders. So first is neck. The next is low back pain and the shoulder. And it's interesting to deeper investigate is if we are focused on the different stations, workstations. For the shaping, they are mainly happen in the low back pain, and also the same situation happen in burning stations. But if we are focused on the different station like trimming, glazing, and painting, the next problem is more seriously. So in this case, we are finding out maybe we are need to down a little bit deeper to focus on to make a ergonomics intervention to help the works in different workstations. So the WMSDs is of a different workstation have a significant difference in forms, which can be compared across the country. For example, the construction, electronic industry in Taiwan also show the workstation difference. And although we all know that this is a high prevalence of WMSD problem, and we also can using some statistic analysis to figure out which potential factor can affect to these specific workers. So as our results, we find out the sex is the issue, the work experience is also the issues, and also workstation and daily work hour and high work fatigue. So this is our results, and if you are interested, you can refer to. And the another part is we did the posture risk assessment, and from the RABA results, we have 32 cases, and we find out that 57.8% of this case is with a medium risk level, and 25 percentage cases is in the high risk levels, and 14 is in the very high. That means we need to do something. The action is required immediately. So the most important or more hazard workstation is happen in shaping workstation. Most of shaping workstation is in a very high posture risk level, and trimming and burning is a second one. So as you can see in the right hand side, those are kind of shaping and trimming workstation, the works they did in the real cases. So how to deal with this problem? And I and my student, we are using a JAG evaluation and provide some new solutions. And you can see that the left hand side is a before, and no, sorry, the upper one is a before, the lower one is after. So we are based on the shaping workstation and also trimming station. We are trying to give them some solutions like increasing the height of the work desk, and also give them arm support, and rearrange the workstation, and the judgment the height of the seat, something like that. And after the JAG evaluation, you can see that the risk level is going to lower. So this is one of study I have done and focus on the facility workers. And yeah, when I travel to another countries, and one of my students is Thai people, so we are trying to do something musculoskeletal disorder study in Thai. So next one is common to the prevalence and potential factor associated with work-related musculoskeletal disorders symptoms among the main waivers in Thailand. And the research background is talking about for the Thailand, related musculoskeletal is still high, and this is also the global issues as we mentioned before. And informal sector, this kind of activity is very popular in Thai. So, but the informal sector in Thailand, they are not so have a standard to monitor or to arrangement them. So their health and ergonomics issues is kind of issues. And mainly why we focus on this handcraft industry, because this is they have a prolonged sitting and trunk neck bending posture and repeat and force arm movements. This has already been reported in a previous study, and it's kind of a high risk in high risk of a WMST problem. And the waving occupational is actually is limited research focus on the main waver, especially in northern Thailand. But as I know that in northeastern Thailand, there are a lot of population. They are doing a make waver every day for livings. So we just want to know that maybe they are suffer in some problem, and then maybe we can do something to increase their healthy and make them feel better. And when we're talking about the make well-being, then it's come out to type of equipments they use in Thai. And the first one is called a Hong Yang in the up one, and another is Hong Sim is a lower one. And these two type of machines, majority equipment they use in waver, make waving. And as you can see that these two equipment make the people using the different posture and walking way to do the to doing the waving mat. And for the Hong Yang is kind of lower. People need to waving mat in lower part, especially they will lower than their sitting height. And for the Hong Sim, this one is a more noticed one, but as you can see that they have a slope in the work desk, and mainly the work position is higher than the waist. So this is two type of waving machines. So we find out that it's very interesting part. So we are start to collect the data from them, and using a simple equation to calculate that we need to have 171 respondents. And we have some inclusion criteria and also the exclusion criteria. Inclusion criteria is about the age is you should older than 18 years old and at least 1 year of waving experience. This we are referred to the previous study, but it's very But it's very interesting thing is we find out that most of waiver is very old people. So the equation criteria is kind of underestimate. And the questionnaire design is totally same as the previous I told. They are separated into 4 parts. And this study we are conducting face-to-face interviews. I send my student to the local and using the Thai language to communicate with these old adults, because some of them cannot read, some of them cannot speak in English. And one of the different section is we measure the body anthropometry measurements from those kind of workers, because we think the anthropometry is also the different potential factor to affect to our body discomfort. So in this study, we collect this part. And Nordic muscle scale questionnaire MNQ is a well-known tools to survey the MSD problem. And yeah, it's separated into 9 specific body regions, as you can see in these figures. And this part is more unique in this study. We collect 6 anthropometry dimension in body part, which is body height in sitting positions, the shoulder width, hip depth, elbow length to the fingertips, and waist palms and waist width. And you can refer to the figures in here. And finally, in this study, we collect 255 participants. The sample size is quite larger than expect. And as you can see that in mainly gender is a woman. It's kind of reverse results compared to the preceding workers, right? For the preceding workers, mostly is a man, but in the weight waivers, is mostly is a woman. It's about 83% is a woman did this job. And as you can see that the age is quite old. The average is 62. So actually this kind of a problem we met because they really too old, and I don't know, the age might be can be the potential factor to affect to their MSCD problem. And also is average height and weight, and the educational level mostly is primarily school and below, and few of them are in the second school level or above. And I think it's this weight waivers, main waiver, they are has some kind of a selection criteria, because in there, in most part of Thailand, they are kind of a low economy, and they are not a developing country. So that's why the people can have this kind of a characteristic. And but however, the work experience is very long. Mostly they are doing this whole life. They, as I mentioned, that they do the neck waiver for livings, and the daily work is quite long. It's approach to 8 hours, and the rest duration is very lower, because as you say, as you can imagine that this kind of a job, they might be earn the money by the numbers of product you made. So they need to produce more and more mate, and then they can get more monies. So that means the rest duration should be lower. And working day per week is kind of every day they did, because actually they are doing in their home. So I can do it every day. It's kind of makes sense, right? And next one is the prevalence of WMSDs symptoms in different body regions among the main waivers in northeastern Thailand. And you can see the left hand side, the figure is already illustrate all the numbers here. So the first suffered body part is low back and shoulders. It kind of 70% participant report they have a problem in shoulders and also low back pain, and followed by the neck. And in totally to say that 92% of the participants report that they have some issues of WMS problem. But I think this part is kind of a little bit higher estimate, overestimate about the prevalence, because as I mentioned, our participants is quite old already. So sometimes the physical body is getting some problem, the low strength or something like that, they are suffering the problems. And as we find out that they have some specific body part are suffer in pain. So why these regions? So we still have some reasons to discussion. For the shoulders, the frequent arm elevations, especially for the Hongyam in the right hand side, you can see that the working level is quite higher, and reaching cross wide waving area. That means they did a waver, net waver is quite the working area is quite huge, so they need to do across a lot of area. And lack of arm support, and you can see. So those kind of issues might be affect to their shoulders problem. And for low back pain, you can see that they have a prolonged static sitting, and also their sitting condition is not good. So, and also they using the forward trunk bending. So those kind of posture is really affect to our low back pain. And for the neck, the sustained flexion during the cross visual task, because they have some feature in the map, so they are need to quality control and to know that they did the right patterns of the mat. So they will bending their neck to watch out what they did. And also, I guess their eyesight is not so good as well, so that's a problem. And more pronounced with the traditional low-level frames is means the Hongyang in the left-hand side. And here is another interesting result is about anthropometry measurements. We do the Spearson correlation between anthropometry dimension and the MSDS problem. And as you can see that for the neck, the body height, the sitting body height is quite the main issues, and also affect to the low back. And for the elbow length is also affect to the neck, and the low back pain is waist prone. So these are the predict factors we can try to figure out what's going on. So the conclusion of this study, I'm just summarizing here. For this kind of neck waivers, they have a high WMS problems, and mostly happen in shoulder, low back pain, and neck. So beware of all these body regions. And key risk factor is gender, restoration, and perceiving work fatigue after work. Those are the potential factor to affect to the MSD problem. And sitting high elbow length to the fingertips and the palm width is mainly associated with MSD problem. The W dimensions is very important. So they need some ergonomic solution and guidance. So we provide some ergonomics training, and also we want to raise in their awareness about the MSD's problem, and also giving some redesigning workstation. At least we can provide adjustable seating height, and also the guiding the workstations according to the body dimensions. So this is our results. Another one, when I teach in the South China University of Technology, and we have a chance to focus on the construction workers. In this part, I will very briefly to talking about this part. And as you can see that the construction industry employers is is a large group, and they are high physical demand tasks. So previous study already said that the MS problem is happening 23% to the 41%. But few examine the risk factor in depth, and so we are fill the gap by analyzing the prevalence and plus risk factor across the 5 construction positions. That means in the different construction workstations. So we are separated into the 5 main workstation. The idea is very similar to the preceding workers, that papers. And we conduct a cross-section survey in Guangdong province in 2022, and the sample size is achieved 380 construction workers. So the overall prevalence is 57.9%, and the highest symptoms region is in neck, coming following by the shoulders and upper back and lower back pain. And majority risk factor including the age, exercise habits, working experience, and job role. Job role means the upper mentioned the 5 different stations. That means the job role and fatigue. So as you can see that it's very interesting that the global study find out the construction workers are mainly focused on they are mainly suffer in the low back pain. But in this study, we find out the neck and the shoulder is the issues. So I think when I find out these results, we think that maybe the tools is start to change. When we go back to the construction part, the real station they did, and we find out that the Chinese right now they are using some lifting machines to help the construction workers working. So this might become the reasons that why those kind of workers already facing to different body discomfort. So here just want to mention that a code based on the technology equipment and development, some of devices is already applied in the real working stations. So maybe previous study have some unique findings, but in this year, in this generation, I think it's worth to reanalysis or recollect the data in the same specific employers, and then we can figure out new insights in these generations. And another one is about the ergonomics intervention we did in semiconductors in 2012, and the objective is to know that the prevalence of this kind of workers. So we collected 200 questionnaires of the manufacturing workers, and the result, as I mentioned, that the issues is about full pains of this semiconductor work. So we want to do some ergonomics intervention, and the intervention is we provide a good insoles for them because their boots is not good design. They even inside of a boots they don't have any insoles. They are only have outsole and directly contact with their foot. So this make them feel very, very uncomfortable, and especially they are the prolonged standing walk in doing the daily. So that's a problem. And we provide them this kind of insoles, and we conduct MNQ questionnaire in the original stage, and then we provide the insole, and we collect the MNQ again in 2 weeks, and we collect again and again in 1 month. And we know that this is the results, and you can see that in the beginning, the thigh and the feet, it has a higher discomfort rate. And then when after we give in the insoles, and they use 2 weeks, and also in the 1 month, after 1 month use, the discomfort rate is totally decreased very, very significantly. So this study we conduct in here, we have we also compare to the previous study, and I just want to notice again, sometimes in a different country, different culture, different years, the humans, the workers, they have a different working ability, and also the skills, and also the technology engagement is totally different. So maybe the result will affect to the different body MSDs problems. And in this study, we give the insole and we get a better result. We solve the 78.5%. The people say that after using this kind of ergonomics intervention, they feel better. And now I still have a little time, so I just want to talking about a little bit more why we can provide this kind of insole, because actually in previously I'm not really focused on the MSDS problem. Actually, I'm start from the anthropometry part, especially in the foot morphologies. So in 2014, I focused on the clustering the human Taiwanese foot into 4 parts, and we apply these results to design the insoles, especially in the different of the arch shapes. And also we are provide this characteristics to redesign the insoles. So that's why we can apply. That's why we conduct we provide the insole to the semiconductor workers. Yeah, and also I also did some study to the footwear design. We know that when we wearing the different height of shoes, they can affect to our foot dimensions. So we need to focus on when we design the footwear, we need to watch out the difference of the foot. And also when I be the postdoc in Singapore, we are collect some anthropology data of the Singaporean adults and old people. And so right now, I have this kind of a database, and I also conduct the anthropology comparison between the 4 countries in Taiwan, China, Singapore, India. So also that's why right now I have another project, collaboration project with India professors. And recently I'm more focused on the elderly people, because Taiwanese is become an aging society. So I conduct the full dimensions and also the whole body shapes dimensions I collect, and also the grip folds and pinching folds. And recently I want to notice that my previous study, some are focused on the dimensions related to the MS problem. And as we know that when we know the workers at the problems, so we might do some risk, posture risk level assessments. So as previous speaker also talking that right now we have some systems we can use take a picture via your iPhone, and then directly go to the cloud, and they can calculate your body angles and find out result in give you the risk level. And so I also did this kind of systems in 2022, but actually we figure out that some of the parameter we still need to organize to determine. For example, the width is they have this position or this position, or sometimes the body is twist, something like that. So recently I just focus on the waist. We want to using a machine learning technology to identify the waist position and automatically to add on into the ruler or even the ray bar evaluation to make the whole process more automatically. So we combine the Euro and the MTEM pose and also the pose lifter to from the 2D to 3D generative, and then we are using the 3D hand pose estimation combined with the media pi to calculate. And radial and ulnar class filter flow chart is kind of like this. And this if you are interested, you can contact me. I can give you more information. And basically, we are using the data and to test and combine with the machine learning technology and find out that the SVN using this clustering mechanism is kind of good to know that our posture is the waist, especially in the waist, is has a radial or normal or around positions. And also right now we have like this kind of interface we conduct. So we just take one photos and they are upload to the software. They can automatically to determine according to the ruler rules or ray-bar rules. And here we are kind of advanced to understanding the human waist position, and we don't need to determine by ourselves. So kind of make this assessment, risk assessment more automatically. So this recent project I did more related to MSD problem. So this end of talk, I just a reminder that WMSD problem reflects not just a posture, but how worse is designed. So we know that they are suffering the problem. So in the end, we still need to do some work design, even the workstation design to make the occupations feel better, feel comfortable. Yeah. So this is my presentation today, and has any question, or if you have a question, you can email me through the email. I will happy to reply you, or if you are have interesting to have a collaboration, and also can email me directly. Yeah, thank you for your listening. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dr. Lee, for giving us this very nice presentation. Very great studies. So let me get started with the first question. So in some of those studies, you survey to identify those body areas with high risk of MSDs. So that's a very nice first step to identify MSDs. But so once we identify those body areas, I guess the next step would be to redesign the task. And also, so once we have a redesigned task and once we validate that the redesigned task is better, we also need to convince those workers to adopt those redesigned tasks. So, so my question would be, so given that many of those tasks related to handicraft, which has been done in that way for decades or even longer, how easy you think it would be to really change the way that people are working in that way?
Yeah, actually, this is a very good question. We also suffer in this part. Mostly, we are the first step. We are make a communication with them first to let them know that this really hard for your discomfort, and this have a strong correlations in this maybe your chair height or something like that. And we are convinced them to try first actually, and with a small group first, and then they have like organization. I mean, some people are feel better, and then they will sharing their experience to the others, and this common in the will affect to the big group, and then find out the result might be can be applied, really apply in the whole real field. I think this is my experience, but actually it's really hard to ask the handcraft. They are changing directly actually, actually, but it needs times to communication with them.
All right. Any questions from our attendees?
A study found initial by the company. No, actually no. I didn't get any fund by the companies actually. Yeah. Mostly as we know that when we do the MSD problem, the most important part is the resource. I mean the population. You need to approach the real expert in this field. And so for my case is I didn't get any funding by a company, but I will use my students. They might have some resource. For example, one of my students, their home country is in Jingdezhen, so that's why they have a very strong relationship in that country. So this is a beginning. I can approach them, and I can certainly know that the data we collect is the real data from the real expert there. Yeah. How did you convince the company to implement your proposal solution? Okay. In my study, one is a semiconductor. Only that one we have like a collaboration. We didn't get any fund from them, but their manager is study the EMBA program in my university. So it's kind of manager. They want to change. They want to help the workers under his guidance. So this is a good opportunity to provide the product to their workers and help them to collect the data. Yeah. So everything is kind of a chance opportunity to conduct this study. Yeah. Thank you for your question.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions from all our attendees? No? Okay, thank you very much, Dr. Lee, for giving us this very nice presentation. And to our attendees, so after this webinar, you will see a survey including a few small questions that you need to answer in order to get a certificate for attending. All right, thank you again, Dr. Lee, for giving us this great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you for your invitation. Thank you.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye bye.